So, the only real notable release that came this past weekend was More Chaos by Ken Carson. I listened to his last project and I didn't really like it. My opinion isn't on this channel, but if I had to rank it, it'd probably be like a 2 out of 10, and this is better. I do think More Chaos is better, but I still think mostly negative about it. The beats are for sure crazy. Like, the beats on every single song. There's not a skip. If this was like an album full of instrumentals, then it would be amazing. Like, the beat on Ghoul is so good, and I love Pierre Bourne, so it kind of makes sense that like my favorite song on the project is produced by Pierre Bourne, and I like Ken Carson on it. And there are a lot of songs on here where I don't like the whole song, but I like parts of it. Like, I like the end of it, or I like the middle, or I like the beginning, and then it kind of dips off, so it, like, overall, I don't like the song, but I like the part of it, you know what I mean? There's a lot of that. This is his best project so far. I think a lot of his fans and Opium fans are very annoying about it because they think it's the best thing, like, to ever touch Spotify, and I don't think that's true. I don't think this is album of the year. I think it's kind of far from it. I actually don't really know what album of the year right now is. I'd have to kind of look at what all was dropped this year and think about it. But, like I said, I don't see it. I don't really see that this is, like, the best project of the year. I don't think this is better than I Am Music. It's definitely not better than I Am Music for sure. But I feel like a lot of the gripes I have about Ken Carson, you could probably apply to Playboi Carti, but these are not necessarily, I mean, they're kind of the same gripes, but like this album being too long, or, it was. This album is way too long. It's like 20 songs. I do like the last song with Playboi Carti and Destroy Lonely. I still prefer Destroy Lonely over Ken Carson. I don't really know why. I guess and I don't even think Destroy Lonely's that good. I think his last project was alright. It was about a 4 out of 10. Actually, it's grown on me. It's probably about like a 5 out of 10 right now. So that was kind of cool, and it's also cool seeing all of them on the same song because we've never seen that. We've seen them together. I think they're all three in that Hoodie by Air music video, but we've never actually got a song with all three of them, and now we have one. I do feel like it could have been better. Like, you're telling me that that's the best song they all three have together? I don't really think so. I feel like that's just the quickest one they could get cleared. It kind of feels like just noise at some parts, like, where nothing is interesting is happening. The beat is crazy all the time, but, like, that can only carry your project so far and keep me interested so long, because I'll be like, the beat on this is amazing, and then my brain kind of turns off on Ken's rapping, because, one, he's not saying anything, and he's not making me feel anything. Obviously, I don't expect anything lyrical content-wise. I really didn't. Like, I don't expect a lick of it. But, you know, it is kind of annoying that, like, he kind of says the same thing, like, a million different ways. I mean, he'll say something kind of cool, but he doesn't say anything that's like, oh, that's a bar. Or not even that. Just like, oh, he said the same variation of that, like, a song ago. And it just wasn't, it's a little cooler this time. And, you know, for 20 songs, yeah, it's just not going to work. Like, I need something else. So, yeah, some parts of it kind of just feel like noise. Nothing about Ken changes the whole project. There's obviously some flow switches and, like, the beats are a little unique. But there's nothing, like, crazy enough to warrant a few of the songs not being filler, if that makes sense. Which, I mean, honestly, I feel like I say that about so many albums, that they're just too long, but, like, that's kind of just a problem with music, I guess, nowadays, is that a lot of albums are going to be too long, but I'll probably get used to it at some point. It won't even be a negative anymore. But, like, this album, like I said, it just too long. The beats are crazy, but Ken just doesn't do enough for me as a rapper to really keep my interest, one, for that long, two, to really keep it at all. I mean, if he's on a feature or something, it's a lot more enjoyable and a lot more, like, digestible. But even then, like, I still don't necessarily like it. I don't enjoy it. It's just not taking away too much from the song. But this is a whole album of that, of something that I don't really enjoy. Like, I don't really know if it's not for me. I bet it bangs at a concert. Like, it really does. I bet the beat and everything absolutely slays in a concert. I bet it goes probably a lot better in my car. I listen to this at school. Like, I listen to a lot of my albums at school. So, I mean, maybe that's a little bit better. But even then, if I'm listening to it in my car, that doesn't change my problems with Ken Carson. You know what I mean? So, overall, I give this project like a 3 out of 10. That's really all I can muster up to give it. If you made it to the end, that I greatly appreciate it. I have a Patreon. You can join for $1.50 a month if you want to. And obviously subscribe, like, and all that stuff. Today's RSD day, by the way, so by the time you're seeing this, hopefully you've got yourself some vinyls. I personally got on eBay and got myself the deluxe of one. I might mess around and buy the deluxe of the Lil Uzi Vert album, but it's like $100, so that's a lot of money. But anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. I love y'all.